Hi friends, this is Sarah. Today I'm going to read The Man Whose Mother Was a Pirate. Here we have a man whose mother was a pirate and wants to go back to sea. Let's go with them to the sea. The Man Whose Mother Was a Pirate is written by Margaret Mahy, illustrated by Margaret Chamberlain. So here you can see the man is dancing with his mother. She's a pirate. There was once a little man who had never seen the sea, although his mother was an old pirate woman. See how she's hanging up all her clothes and she's wearing a red boots and a belt like a pirate. The two of them lived in a great city far, far from the seashore. The little man always wore a respectable brown suit and respectable brown shoes. He worked in a neat office and wrote down rows of figures in books, ruling lines under them. Well, one day his mother said, "Shipmate, I want to see the sea again. I want to fire my old silver pistol and see the waves jump with surprise." "Oh, mother," said the little man, "we haven't got a car or a bicycle or a horse, and we have no money either. All we have is a wheelbarrow and a kite." So see what the mother is eating. She has got lots of fries and eggs and butter and toast, while we can see that the little man is eating just a boiled egg. "We must make do," his mother answered sharply. "I will go and load my pistol and polish my cutlass." The little man went to work. "Please, Mr. Fat," he begged his boss, "please may I have 2 weeks' holiday to take my mother to the seaside?" This is Mr. Fat and he's got a dog who's sitting with him in the office. And Mr. Fat has so much food kept on his table. "I don't go to the seaside," said Mr. Fat crossly. "Why should you?" "It's for my mother," the little man explained. "She used to be a pirate." "Oh, well, that's different," said Mr. Fat, who rather wished he were a pirate himself. "But make sure you're back in 2 weeks or I will buy a computer." So Mr. Fat is threatening him, telling him that he will replace him with a computer. So off they set, the little man pushing his mother in the wheelbarrow and his mother holding the kite. You can see how the kite is following them. His mother wore a green scarf and gold earrings. Between her lips was her old black pipe. Behind one ear, a crimson rose. The little man wore his brown suit buttoned and his brown shoes tied. He trotted along pushing the wheelbarrow. As they went, his mother talked about the sea. She told him of its voices. "It sings with a booming voice and smiles as it slaps the ships. It screams or sadly sighs. There are many voices in the sea and a lot of gossip too. Where are the great whales sailing? Is the ice moving in Hudson Bay? What is the weather in Terra del Fuego?" The sea knows the answers to a lot of questions, and one wave tells another, so all the waves are gossiping and talking. "Oh yes, mother," said the little man whose shoes hurt him rather. So this is the sea with all the fishes and there is a treasure chest. "Where are you off to?" asked a farmer. "I'm taking my mother to the seaside," said the little man. "I wouldn't go there myself," said the farmer. All the cows are standing in a row near the farmer and they're looking on at the little man. "It's up and down with the waves, in and out with the tide. The sea doesn't stay put the way a good hill does." So the farmer likes to be on a good hill. "My mother likes things that don't stay put," said the little man. Something began to sing in the back of his mind. Could that be the song of the sea? He wondered as he pushed the wheelbarrow. His mother rested her chin on her knees. So suddenly, the little man started to hear a song. "Yes, it's blue in the sunshine," she said, "and it's gray in the rain. I've seen it golden with sunlight, silver with moonlight, and black as ink at night. It's never the same twice. The sea is so exciting, it changes color. It is golden with the sunlight, silver with moonlight, and black as ink at night." They came to a river. There was no boat. The little man tied the wheelbarrow to the kite. A wind blew by, ruffling his collar, teasing his neat mustache. "Hold tight, mother," he called. Up in the air they went as the wind took the kite. The little man dangled from the kite string. His mother swung in her wheelbarrow basket. "This is all very well, Sam," she shouted it to him. "But the sea, the sea, it tosses you up and pulls you down. It speeds you along, it holds you still. It storms you and calms you. There's a bit of everything in the sea." You can see that the pirate mother is very happy now because they are going towards the sea. "Yes, mother," the little man said. The singing in the back of his mind was growing louder and louder. As he dangled from the kite string, the white wings of the birds in the sky began to look like the white wings of ships at sea. The kite let them down gently on the other side of the river. "Where are you going?" asked a philosopher fellow who sat reading under a tree. "I'm taking my mother to the sea," said the little man. See, all the birds are sitting in the tree and they're listening to the conversation between the philosopher and the little man. "What misery!" cried the philosopher. "Well, I didn't much like the idea to start with," said the little man. "But now there's this song in the back of my mind. I am beginning to think I might like the sea when I get there." Go back, little man," cried the philosopher. "The wonderful things are never as wonderful as you hope they'll be. The sea is less warm, the joke less funny, the taste is never as good as the smell." So the philosopher is trying to make the little man go back. "Hurry up, the sea is calling," shouted the pirate mother, waving her cutlass from the wheelbarrow. The little man trundled his mother away, and as he ran, he noticed that his brown suit had lost all its buttons. Then something new came into the wind scent. "Glory, glory, there's the salt," cried his mother triumphantly. Suddenly they came over the hill, and you can see the sea, the blue sea. There was the sea, and there were many ships. The little man could only stare. He hadn't dreamed of the bigness of the sea. He hadn't dreamed of the blueness of it. He hadn't thought it would roll like kettle drums and swish itself onto the beach. He opened his mouth, and the drift and the dream of it, the weave and the wave of it, the fume and the foam of it never left him again. At his feet, the sea stroked the sand with soft little paws. Further out, the great graceful breakers moved like kings into court, trailing the peacock-patterned sea behind them. The little man and his pirate mother danced hippy-hoppy happy hornpipes up and down the beach. Look at them, they are dancing. The little man's clothes blew about in the wind, delighted to be free at last. A rosy sea captain stopped to watch them. Well, Here are two likely people, he cried. Will you be my bosun, madam? And you, little man, you can be my cabin boy. So they met a wild pirate there. Thank you, said the little man. Ay, sir, roared the captain. Ay, sir, replied the little man just as smartly as if he had been saying ay, sir, all his life. So Sailor Sam went on board with his pirate mother and the sea captain, and a year later someone brought Mr. Fat a green glass bottle with a letter in it. Have a wonderful time, the letter read. Why don't you run off to sea too? And if you want any more moral to the story than this, you must go to the sea and find it. Thank you.